Hey, what's going on? What's going on? I am Mr. DRE, and I'm here with my partner, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. B-mac in the building. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Miss Dr. DRE? Boy, you already know, man. I'm glad to be back in here, man, with you, man, shooting another wonderful, beautiful video podcast show. However y'all guys want to look at, how y'all want to label it. We love doing it for you, man. Make sure you guys stay tuned.
Man, love them and leave them. Man, listen, I was listening to some old school R&B today, man.
But man, hey, that's when music was music.
That's when music was music, boy. You ever looked at a girl and all of a sudden the song just come to your head, man? So I'm not the only one.
Don't get me started.
Hey, okay.
You know I got songs, boy. I got songs for what, man.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one, man. I remember, man. We gonna get into the show in a minute, but listen, y'all hold on for a minute, man. I remember I was in school, man, and this girl used to tell me, she was like, "You can't help but sing." I was like, "What you talking about?" She was like, every time you look at a female, you start humming and singing little songs and stuff. And,
so you.
Oh, bro, I was canceled over.
I bet.
Yeah,
I was the guy. I always wished I knew how to sing.
Man, listen.
And I tried to.
Well, see,
but I just don't. I don't have that voice like that. But I still be trying though.
Hey, so I had to learn, man, because it was like, see, I've been a fat boy all my life, man. So
Same here.
I got no love, man. I didn't have a six pack. I had some decent hair, before I went bald. But I had some decent hair and everything, and so but I was the fat boy. We talking about like the late 80s, early 90s, and so that's when everything flipped on me when I got in my teenage years, because for a minute, light-skinned men was in, and then by the time I got there, What a Man came out with Salt and Pepper, and so everybody looking like Wesley Snipes and dark chocolate and everything. So I was just all messed up. I was a fat boy with glasses, and I was light-skinned. So
but you could sing.
But so yeah, let me tell you though. So I was feeling down and out, man. I wasn't even planning to talk about this, but since we here, I was feeling down and out, man. And one day, I heard this dude come on, and I saw a video of this man rolling on the floor, and that's when I knew I had a shot. His name was Jerry Levert.
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
Boy, right
Jerry Levert was the dude. He was big, but he had the little teddy bear on his chain and everything, man. So I saw him. I was like, yo. And I saw the women going crazy. Really going crazy. And I think, what song did he have, at that time? He had, what's that song?
Pick a good one.
He had many, but I'm trying to think of songs he had when I was in school. But anyway, he had songs like "Turn Nothing Into Something." He had
one of my many favorites.
"Thinking About It." Oh man, he had "I Love You." I love you. Hope you get this message. Oh man, boy, what you talking about? I don't deserve this. Talking to your answering service. Oh man, he had them joints.
Yeah, that was that jail right there, boy.
So I always had a little voice or something, so I just started singing and everything and all that, and then I had to learn how to talk. I started writing poetry and all kind of stuff. So I was a poet. I was a true Renaissance dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had to up my game. I had to get skills because I couldn't be dumb with a six pack. You know what I mean?
I tried my best to get the six pack.
Man, I wasn't even trying. I was trying to get a 6-piece. I was just trying to get the 6-piece, man. So, but it is what it is, man. So, man, we got a great show for you on today. We're going to be talking about a couple of things on today. Our main topic is going to be do you think relationships are for everybody? You know,
some would say it is.
some say it is.
Some would say they won't.
You know, all I'm thinking about is the divorce rate now. But you know, I mean,
Extremely high.
we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. But next, we got some stuff we're gonna talk about as far as a question you asked me, and I'm gonna let that marinate for a minute. But it's an interesting question. So we'll be right back with y'all. All right, stay tuned. All right, we are back. We are back with you, man. So you asked me this question, but before we get in this question, man, let me just tell you, I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet, ranting just yet, man. So let me just tell you. So I was on Facebook, man, and this video came up with this woman who was a grandmother. At least I thought was a grandmother.
I thought she was a grandmother.
I thought she was, because she had the gray hair and everything. You know, it's late. You know,
y'all women out here with gray hair now.
You have you know, you ain't really paying attention like that. And you know, I'm thinking this is one of these food videos, because people doing food videos nowadays. You know, they like to show how they cook this and cook that, and you know, taking pictures of they plate and everything. And so, you know, I'm
doing
watching
everything but eating it, ain't it?
Right. Ain't that something? Everything but eating it. You know, it's just it's table art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so anyway, I'm watching the video and everything, and she sounded like a grandmother. She was like, "Yeah, so let me show you what I fixed for you, baby." And so so all of a sudden, it goes from showing the food till she twerking on video. Like, and I ain't talking about twerking with like she. You hear me, you know, sounding kind of nervous right now. Yeah, my voice vibrating. She twerking like butt out and everything, almost in the nude. She had panties on it, but she twerking, and I'm like, yo, for real? Like, we really doing this? And so I was probably supposed to cut off the video, but I was so shocked by it till it kept playing, and it kept going back and forth. You know, first she's showing the food, then she's twerking, then she's showing the food again, then she's twerking some more. And I'm thinking to myself, when did Facebook turn into Playboy, man?
I'm not actively on Facebook enough to know when they make that transition, but
it's crazy.
The times that I do be on it, boy, I see that Facebook is not the same Facebook, bro.
Facebook ain't the same, bro. I think I'm gonna have to divorce it, bro.
They battling with Twitter, man.
Yeah, man. I heard about Twitter. Like, Twitter is like,
that's another social media site. Like, bro, man. Man, listen. Facebook, Twitter, from a business aspect, hey, y'all just doing what sells, man. I get it, but at the same time, it don't make it right.
It don't, man. Listen, I didn't know, man. Like, I guess I'm in the minority with this, but I did not know Facebook was getting down like that. Like, someone told me just a couple years ago about the Twitter thing. You know, Twitter done turned into the Spice Channel up in that piece, man. Like, they got some real crazy stuff going on, and I'm thinking, like, you know, I remember when I was younger trying to watch some of that stuff, bro. Man, you had to get a VHS tape, you know, when your parents wasn't there, and then you had to, you know, try to sneak it at night, you know, and then hide the tape somewhere.
No more,
bruh. Facebook done. So, you know, you probably got some parents like, hey Billy, what are you watching? Or what are you doing? Oh, I'm just on Facebook, Mom. And they don't even know.
Bro, and most parents ain't gonna think twice
Billy
about it.
getting it in.
Ain't gonna think twice about it, boy.
Boy, Billy getting it in hard, boy. Literally. Like, he just.
And it's crazy that it's transitioned into something like that, though, man, because like you say again, you won't think twice.
You wouldn't think.
If you oh what you on? If your child like, oh yeah, I'm on Facebook,
Right.
But just little do you know
Boy,
what else is all on
hey,
Facebook
man.
that wasn't on Facebook at once upon a time.
I thought it was just a place where people connect, but I didn't know they was connecting like that, bro.
Hey, boy, they doing a little bit more than connecting on Facebook now.
And then so here's the thing about Facebook. Facebook is like YouTube. So once they see you click on a video, bro, they
hey, listen, that's Google. Period.
They start they start sending all kind of stuff. Like I had to learn how to do the show less or the whatever the thing called show less.
It should be a little, I think it's a tab at the bottom.
Oh my
show
God,
more, show less
boy,
on like a short video or some certain posts. I think have them, but man, listen, it'd be best, bro. Just really not even. I don't got no words, bro. I really wouldn't know really what would be the best step for that, man.
Man, I don't know.
I just know it's now at a point to where.
Look, all I know is this: 2 things. 1, anybody that got Facebook got to be strong. We as men, we got to be strong. We can't let Facebook ruin our marriage. We can't let Facebook ruin our relationship. Well, it ain't gonna. We can't let it keep doing this now.
You right.
But the second thing is,
but Facebook gonna ruin a lot of marriages.
Yeah. For different reasons though. But now they done added the porn industry too. Yo, we can't have it. But the second thing we need to make sure we do is we give all of our kids flip phones with no internet.
Take it back to the flip phone. One time,
you know what I mean?
Time for the flip phone, man. I miss my flip phone, man.
It was so nice.
I miss my razor, man.
The razor, yeah. You know, but I didn't have a razor. I had consumer cellular. Yeah, I had Jitterbug. You know,
yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about Jitterbug.
No,
yeah.
No,
see,
I'm not just quite that young.
Oh, it's so consumer cellular is like the senior citizens phone plan.
Was that the one with the big phone with the huge antenna at the top of it?
No, it's just with Jitterbug, the consumer cellular thing, you didn't get much in it. I don't think they even offered internet. You got like
back
unlimited.
Then, there wasn't no internet. You better hope you can send a text message with cell phone back.
Do you remember when we gonna get to the thing? Do you remember when cell phones came out and it was unlimited calls
after a certain time?
After a certain time was like, oh, you got that plan?
Yeah, at first.
Now they give away that joint for $10, bro.
Hey, listen, the thing, bro, the crazy thing about that, you know what? I'm not gonna even go there. We're gonna say that before another.
We're gonna say it for another day.
Y'all just we got to stay tuned.
Hey, this is Grown and Throwed Off, man. So listen, we're gonna get into this question. This is a question you asked me, and I thought it was a fairly decent question. It was a question that we got to talk about. So the question was what? Why do women get dolled up?
Oh, boy.
And so
do you think women get dolled up for other women, or do you think they get dolled up for men?
Okay.
I want to know your feedback on that. Like, when women out here getting all looking all glammed up, all dolled up.
Mm-hmm. So let me give you my take on it. No, we gonna talk about this. I got somebody in the studio ready to jump in on the mic, but no, we good. So people start getting, want to be all in your business and stuff, soon. But so listen, why do women get dolled up? Do they get dolled up for men? No, not at all. That's what I'm saying.
Why do you feel like women aren't getting dolled up?
I feel like
for men,
like women get dolled up, get dressed up, looking all nice and everything for other women because they're always in competition with each other. And, women can be, listen.
Very competitive.
Very competitive. Women are more competitive than men. you know, no, it's true. It's absolutely true because they compete about everything.
When it comes to certain stuff,
No, everything.
bruh, no.
Come on,
no,
listen. Okay, so me and
no.
you my boy, right?
Yeah, you my boy too.
So, if we knew each other, if we were the Woods, remember the movie The Woods?
Yeah.
If we were them back in the day, that's what we would be competing about, who can get the most numbers, who can.
Yeah, you will win that hands
Who
down.
can.
You can say.
Probably so. I won't disagree with you. But so listen, we would have been, that would have been our competition. Who can get the most numbers? Who can get, the most girls or whatever? Women, they compete about dudes. They compete about who look the best, who dress the best. Man, they are so competitive. And I'm not saying this as a slight to women or, trying to. I'm not using that as a negative thing. I'm just telling you what I see a lot of times.
Definitely not a negative thing.
It's not a negative thing, and honestly, that's why they're so successful in the corporate world. That's just me personally. They're successful in the corporate world because they have that competitive nature, number one. And then secondly, they are used to multitasking because they got to take care of home, they got to take care of the men, they got to take care of the kids. They're used to multitasking. So that's why they're so successful in the corporate world. We might talk about that another day. But anyway, bottom line is women are competitive about everything. So do women get dolled up, dressed up, looking all nice for dudes? You think her priority?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't say that. But I mean, the only thing though, I get is with the competitive thing. That's the only thing that's I'm kind of like I'm not too sure. And the only reason why I say that before I say you're right about women being competitive with everything is that I wish, because I'm a competitive guy. Like I'm a former football player, former athlete. Like I love to compete.
Okay.
I love to compete. I just the competition.
So I probably would have got the most numbers, but you probably would have whipped my tail. So
Yeah. Something
probably
like
so.
that.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
But I mean, if that was the case, then yeah, it would probably be like that. But I'm competitive. But my biggest problem with every single and I had a conversation with my twin one day. I say, man, out of all the women I had the pleasure of being in a relationship with, or even just much dated, not one offered a competition to me, bro. As much as I love to compete, it don't have to be about nothing serious.
See, I'm sitting here raising my hand like I'm in school. But see, that's my point. They not competitive with you.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say when you was right.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to the point where before I said you was right. Women love to compete with other women.
Wow.
They don't want to compete with men.
Talk about it.
They don't want to. Now, if there was a woman, they'll compete.
Man, hard.
And they will want to win.
Okay.
But if you going on a competition up against a man, it's like, why does it have to be a competition? Why can't it just be for fun and game? Like, no, man, I want to win.
Right.
Just as bad as you want to look is better than that next chick that you trying to outdo. I want the same smoke. Just on a different subject or a different game.
Yeah.
But they, again, ladies, don't be in so much competition with these other women. Not when it comes down to a lot of stuff, especially if you're dealing with a guy who likes to compete. Use that competitive nature for something that could be beneficial for you and your spouse, if you have one.
Right.
If you have one, I'm speaking to people who do have them. But like, man, what I would do to find a competitive woman, well,
But see, and here's the other thing.
I love my lady, but she ain't gonna compete with me, boy. I be wanting to go bowling, like let's go bowl. I be wanting to kick a tail or something, man.
You know what you need to
but
do?
She ain't with that.
You need to buy the.
She ain't with it.
Yo, you need to buy the. You need to buy the kit, right?
What kit I need to buy?
You need to buy. You know how Acme used to. You remember the Looney Tunes, bro?
Yeah.
And so you know when, especially the Roadrunner Coyote, they would have like these Acme kits. You know that they would buy. And so sometimes when the Coyote was trying to get the Roadrunner, he would get like a metal Roadrunner or something like that.
Yeah.
What you need to do is buy another chick. No, for real. Think about it. Women compete with women. So when do your woman get? I'm gonna catch so much slack. But so when do your woman get? When do you get the best out of your woman? When she sees another woman's looking at you. That's when it happens. That's when it happens, and that's the truth, bro.
Boy, you treading down some dangerous waters on that
know,
one right there.
I know, but
because
I'm grown and thrown off. I'm just gonna tell you, listen.
Well, that's some dangerous waters.
But it's the truth, though. When do you get the best out of your woman? When another woman's looking at you.
You know I'm with you when you're right.
You know what I mean? I dare any woman to say different. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, they gonna say it.
Oh, they gonna say it, but I'm ready for it.
They gonna say it.
But see, I got proof though. You know,
they gonna say it.
I got and
I got your back. So whoever got to say something to you, about to say it to me too.
We can get all the smoke. You know, I ain't worried about it because I got facts. You know, and so a lot of times men are the same way, but like I said, women are more competitive. They see something they want, they will do whatever they got to do to try to get it.
Yeah,
you know. Because they like, okay,
some of the measures that they would go to get
boy,
it too. Boy, hey, y'all ruthless now too.
Listen, they killers, boy, and I love that about them.
I love it about you.
I respect that about them, but they go in. You know, they see if they can. A woman can see a man that she want and know she got somebody. He got somebody. If he gives any ounce of there's potentially, you know, a chance, bruh. And sometimes he don't even have to give any clue that there's a chance, but she may do something just to see. Like she's just going blind with this thing, you know.
See, now I'm getting game because I don't know nothing about this. Oh,
bro,
you giving me game now,
listen, it's crazy. She'll go in blind, you know, not knowing whether he likes her, he sees her in a certain way or not. She'll go blind and just do something just to see his reaction. And if he gives the right reaction, she will do whatever she has to do to get that dude. She'll even slow play that joke. Like she'll start off as just someone to talk to, then she becomes the friend, then she becomes the best friend, you know, she becomes friends to the girlfriend if need be. She'll do whatever she need to do to get right there. And then when the time is right, oh, it's a wrap.
Like a horror movie now.
It's a wrap. Now, you know, I don't know if this is like Mason secrets or whatever. They might not admit it, but I'm telling you, it go down.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
What was the question again? Yo, listen, this is Grow to Throw It Off, man. We'll be right back with some more, all right? All right, we back, man. This is Growing to Throw It Off, man. Yeah. Listen, Brian, B-mac, can I put you on the spot for a minute?
Man, you could try.
Okay,
good luck.
Man, what are you what you looking for in a woman, man?
Boy, I don't think we got enough time on this podcast, boy, for you to be answering something like that. But I'm gonna try to keep it short.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm looking for somebody who's honest, who's fearless,
right?
Someone who loves to talk, someone who loves to laugh,
right?
Someone who loves to compete, man, with me. Not necessarily saying like, not me, like, oh, I got to do this and do that to keep his attention. No,
right,
you ain't got.
right.
I'm not having you.
We not fighting over who's the head and all that.
Yeah. No, it ain't got nothing to do with any kind of, life positions or anything like that. More so out of just entertainment and fun.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But someone who's God fearing, of course.
Right.
Someone who's, like you mentioned, healed, bro. Like who's self-aware.
Got you.
Someone who doesn't mind accepting. No, ain't no mind. Someone who have to accept accountability.
Right. Listen, I'm gonna let the audience know something that they may not know. Okay.
Sure.
So we are on episode 3 of Grown and Throwed Off, but me and you started episode 1 like 2 years ago. Yeah, man, we've been talking like this for a while, man. So it's people just catching up to what we've been talking about. We just letting people
y'all just catching up to what we putting down.
Yeah, so because like on the first episode that we was talking, we actually said, and I listened to it because we got a lot of positive reviews from it, and it was like one thing we kept saying is welcome to another episode, because we've been like this for a minute, bruh. We've been really just this how we do. This isn't scripted. This isn't something that we try to put together. Anytime with us, anytime we try to really script something, it don't come out like it should. So we just normally come in and talk like we normally talk.
It's
just genuine, man.
It works so much better that way.
It works so much better.
It flows.
It does. And so listen. So I'll tell you what I look for in a woman. Even though I'm married,
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot of attributes that she has.
Absolutely. So what I definitely need in a woman is someone who's funny. Like I need a woman who don't mind laughing, bro, because it's so much going on out there that can make you mad and really just cause your day to be
don't do that.
Man, listen, it's a lot. So I need a woman who can laugh, who can make me laugh, man.
I usually handle all the laughing part, but you don't mind laughing, but hey, I got a joke for you.
Right, but I don't want to be laughing by myself, but I want to keep the laughter going. You know what I mean?
I would crack up by myself all night if I had to.
Listen, get stuck in my head, man, because being a husband, being a provider is a big responsibility. Being a protector is a big responsibility, and being a black man along with those responsibilities just makes it a lot more heavy. So
it carries that extra weight.
Yeah, and just a side note, you know this, but they don't know this, but I love dark chocolate, man. When I say I love dark chocolate, I love dark chocolate. I don't want no vanilla, no butterscotch, no cinnamon.
Not even cinnamon?
Nah, bruh. Not even cinnamon. Cinnamon burn my mouth. I ain't want no cinnamon.
Burn my mouth.
I love dark chocolate. That's why I married a dark sister.
What? Caramel. Oh goodness! Well, milk chocolate.
That's just me,
Good.
And that's all I'm gonna say, because we know we a G-rated show. You ain't got to worry. You ain't got to turn up your radio.
What about the coffee creamer complexion? Coffee creamer complexion.
I don't like no cream except in my coffee. But anyway, that's just my preference. I ain't got nothing against it. It's just my preference. anyway. But anyway, we gonna get into this other segment, man. So this next segment is called "Say What." So this is where we've just, we pinpoint some stories that are just unbelievable, and this story that I saw recently, or that we saw recently, is just crazy. So here's the story. So here it is. A lesbian calls a sperm bank to get donors' information. Why does she do that? Because she is wanting to put the sperm donor on child support. Who does this? So let me
say what?
Say what? Okay, so let me give you the backstory on this. This woman is she is married or in a relationship with another woman. They want a child, right? Okay.
Story confused already.
Boy, I'm telling you.
Okay.
So they want a child, and they decide that they're gonna get in vitro. I think that's the name for it.
Yeah.
In vitro to get this child, and so they have the child.
Mm-hmm.
But the relationship don't work out, right?
I wonder why.
We ain't gonna get into that, but so
maybe another episode.
another episode. So the relationship doesn't work out, and all of a sudden, she decides. Well, she tells her ex, "You need to help me raise this child." The ex says, "This ain't my child," right?
No, she didn't. Say what?
Man, can you believe it? You mean to tell me a
is
woman is disowning a child right now?
Say what?
You mean the mama daddy walked off? Yeah.
So you telling me it's women out here creating single
boy,
mothers?
listen. So
boy, I'm saying
so this
it's 2025.
Man, listen.
It's 2024. I'm sorry.
Well, we could. It sounded
gracious.
like 2025. So okay, so they leave. Right? She leaves, and she says, "I have no responsibility for this child."
Goodness.
And so the woman's like, "But this is our child." She said, "Do you not hear me? Did you not hear me? I don't have any relationship or responsibility for this child."
Technically, she's correct.
Right. Technically, she's correct. So the
single mother.
So the woman says, well, I'm not raising this child by myself. So she goes to the sperm bank to get the information of the sperm donor to put him on child support.
That is crazy work.
Listen.
I wouldn't know what, man. Hey, I wouldn't even know. Man, I wouldn't even know if I would want to get angry or if I would want to laugh if a woman has called me saying, "Hey," I could just hear, I could picture the conversation. "Hey, you're Brian? Oh yeah, this is Brian. Hey, you owe me child support."
Okay, bro.
What you mean I owe you child support? Yeah, I got your sperm from a sperm bank and I used it, and now I got a baby, and it's your baby, so now you owe me. What?
This be like, hello? Yeah, is this 72-27 QSR? Like what? Did you do a sperm donor? Are you a sperm donor? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, so our child needs Pampers. I'm like, wait, what?
Your child need Pampers.
What are you talking about? I cannot believe.
Crazy work.
I hope he ain't. Believe.
I hope, and I'm not now. When I say this, y'all don't crucify me. Don't throw no stones at me. This ain't got nothing to do with the baby. But I hope that man don't have to pay no child support.
So I don't think I don't think they are allowed to give that information. But she is trying her hardest.
I'm pretty sure
to get child support from a guy who has no clue who she is.
Yeah.
he got no benefit from this except maybe the money he was paid for. You know what I mean?
Probably wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole.
Man, listen. Now, so there's this show called The Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this segment.
Wake yo up.
They say, guess what race it is? But, I'm not going to say that part. But
you want me to say it?
Go ahead.
Oh, she's a Caucasian woman.
She absolutely. I can't believe
I don't
this,
see.
bro.
So I don't see too many of our kind doing nothing like that.
Who gonna do this? We not doing this.
What? No,
we
the brat. The brat.
Who?
The brat. And her
Oh,
girlfriend.
and
Big Booty Judy.
Yeah, but she not.
No, that's her name.
She not taking her to court. She not gonna tell the guy, well, you need to pay me child support because
No. She don't think she gonna do nothing like that. But I'm just talking about
the mama left,
women.
or the daddy left. One of them left, and so now it's like,
that's one thing I am tripping about though. They're like, hey, y'all women, hey, just a side note, pause right quick. On a side note, to the women, y'all can no longer get mad at us men out here creating these babies and leaving.
What?
Y'all out here doing the same.
You a absentee mother.
Y'all out here getting these women to get pregnant by a man they don't even know, never seen.
I just can't believe this, man. I'm
with
like,
God knows what other demons and things are along that come along with bearing this child, and then just vacate the premises.
And bro, when I seen this, I swore this had to be like
that's
fake news.
Crazy work.
But this is actually real, bro. How do you fix your mouth to even? And she's, but on the video, she looks so confident, like she got a right.
Yeah.
What you mean? We got this child together, like. Oh my
goodness.
Because
Hey, at the end of the day, me being the person that I am, I like to take the time to look at both sides of the spectrum. But it really do take two people to raise a child, dog. Like that's not a one person's job, man.
It's
now,
not.
With that being said, salute to all the single mothers out there who do it.
Hey,
the ones who out there that make it look good.
Let's clap that up. There's a lot of single mothers that's doing it.
One time.
And I know we laughing and we and everything else because you gotta admit this is a crazy story.
That's a crazy story.
But with that being said, like you said, salute to all the single mothers who are really doing this thing right. I know you don't get enough credit sometimes, and you feel neglected or you feel like people put a stigma on you because you're a single mother. And, honestly, some do. But we have seen enough success stories to know single mothers can handle it. Is it the best scenario? Absolutely not. But there are a lot of single mothers that are doing the thing.
Y'all make it, y'all, even though y'all don't always show it, but y'all make it look easy, man.
Right. You definitely doing it, and so we salute you. But
that's crazy work.
Yeah,
I hope he don't have to pay no child support. That woman, you gonna have to accept accountability. That hey man, you done went and had a baby by. Now I mean, I was gonna say the girlfriend, but that's technically not her baby. So
I wonder which one she was.
Well, apparently she was the woman. She's bearing the baby.
It really didn't say she was the woman. I mean, it could have been the woman that left, and then the man stayed.
No, bro. If she's bearing a child, bro, that's the woman.
But we don't know that though, because it just said the woman stepped out. I'm just looking at what the thing said.
So you talking about the one that left?
Yeah, it just says.
I was talking about the one who bared the child. That was the woman.
Well, we don't know who bared the child though. And then,
so the one that was in the video, the one who bared the child.
I don't know. Somebody left though.
I could have sworn. I thought she said that she was the one that bared the child. Her girlfriend left her. Because she the one that's searching for
It could be,
Child support.
you know, and I mean,
Well, whichever way it goes, it still
whoever it
applies the
is,
same.
yeah. You just gonna look. Don't come knocking at my door. That's all I'm saying. Don't.
You gotta set them accountabilities.
You gotta set
baby.
them accountabilities, man. Hey, we gonna be back with our main topic for the day. All right, so we are back. We are back. Man, this has been a good show on today. And so listen, if you have any questions, if you would like to hear a topic on Grown and Throw It Off, let us know. You can email us at thecommunitycure@gmail.com. If you have any questions, let us know. We would love to talk about it. You know what I mean? So, are you ready for the main event? Let me get in my mode. Here we are. Yeah. We are here for the main topic, the main sticking point. What everybody wants to hear.
What they want to hear.
You know what they want to hear.
A little bit of something.
The topic is, do you think relationships are for everybody? B-mac, take it away.
Relationships, are they for everybody? In my opinion, I do believe relationships are for everybody.
Really? Okay.
I do. I do believe relationships are for everybody. I don't think that we were made or created on this earth to go through it alone, by ourselves. Now, with that being said, I will say this. A lot of us have a hard time finding that right person to be in a relationship with.
Right.
And we at times use our prior relationship experiences to dictate our future relationship experiences.
True. Okay.
And what could just simply be just, a learning experience, how I like to use them now, to pretty much create that relationship that's ideal for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm more so moving forward, being more controlling and more deliberate in creating the relationship that I want. The relationship that so many women in my past been begging me to fight for, that I just couldn't fight for the kind of relationship they wanted.
Right.
It wasn't appealing to me. It wasn't satisfying to me. It seemed like more of a tolerance than an actual relationship.
Oh my goodness.
So I was heaven bent on knowing what kind of relationship it is. Now, do I know all the things that's going to take for this relationship to be what it is? I'm still learning. And that's just come along with me just learning myself, being a better man. But I do believe full-heartedly that neither one of us walking on this earth right now, or anybody that's on the other end of the sound of hearing my voice, I don't believe that you was created to be alone. Unfortunately, that does be the outcome of a lot of people's lives. But I still don't believe that we was created on this earth to be alone, or to go through it alone, or to never experience the things that comes along with what you experience with your wife.
Right.
Those things that you can't buy.
Right.
Those things that you have to create. You feel what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel you.
you can't buy that kind of stuff. You got to create it.
Yeah.
And most people just the ones, and for the ones who think that they don't, like, relationships are not for everybody. I just think that, I mean, it's based off of, you know, a previous relationship or a relationship that wasn't meant for them to be in.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they kind of summed it up into like, oh well, I mean, it's just not meant for me to be in a relationship.
Mhm.
No, it's meant for you to be in a relationship. It's just not meant for you to be in just any old relationship, just to be in one, or a relationship with just any old woman, just
True.
because she's a woman. You feel what I'm saying? Or, I mean, respect to the ones who, do the LGBT, the alphabet boys.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if that person that you was with was not the person you supposed to be in the relationship that was meant for you to be in, then of course. But we can't tie that into all other future relationships. We can't allow, because those times are just used to learn what it is that you don't like, what you do like, what you will accept, what you won't accept.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Moving forward. So when that time does come, when the man upstairs, now we're supposed to be patient and wait for the man upstairs to send us that person.
Right.
And a lot of us don't want to do that neither.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, I mean, so I can go on a spiritual note with it, on more of a non-spiritual note with it, but no matter which way I look at it, I still come with the same outcome to say that relationships is for everybody.
You know, one thing I do love about this show, man, is that and I said this before, we don't have to necessarily agree, and we ain't gonna always agree.
Of course. That's the beauty of it. Like
That's the beauty of it. And even when we don't agree, you know, it's no love lost or anything like that. It's not someone that's smarter than somebody else or anything like that. It's just a different opinion.
Mm-hmm. I just use it as a chance to broaden my perspective on things.
Yeah, and vice versa. That being said, you know what? I was actually going to say that relationships ain't for everybody. But after hearing you you know, speak your piece so eloquently, I gotta agree, man. I really believe like relationships are for everybody. And you basically said why sometimes relationships don't work, or why people don't end up in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because, you know, they may have been in a previous relationship, or, you know, had previous things happen, and it causes them to sour on relationships. And that is the absolute truth. Because as you were talking, I was just thinking about, you know, how I almost gave up on marriage, you know, because of things that happened previously, you know what I mean? And so, did you catch the Holy Ghost just now, boy? I felt but yo, I'm so sincere with this, man. I almost y'all, I'm just silly like that. But on real talk though, I almost gave up on marriage because of previous situations, and so I'm looking like, yo, I'm just not. Man, I
we
can't
tell
do it no
ourselves that
more.
it just ain't for us.
It just ain't, you know. That's where I was at, man. And so it wasn't until, you know, I met my wife that it was like, you know what, you know, well maybe. And honestly, man, it's been the best decision I have made. Not saying that, you know, marriages don't have its ups and downs. You know, every marriage does.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I would not trade it for the world. But like you were saying, it was that thing that happened. It was that point in my life that things just happened. Have you? I don't know about you, but
Mhm.
I can look at different parts of my life, or one. I'll just say this: I can look at one particular part of my life
Mhm.
that made me almost decide the rest of my life, if that makes sense.
That does.
You know, it was this moment in my life, in my 20s or whatever,
Where I
that
almost made that decision.
man, where yeah, I had went through so much that I was like, yeah, it just ain't for me, and it and so I just it took, honestly, it took God, quite honestly, to make me say, okay, this can work.
Boy, let me just. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead,
Let
bro.
me say this. Boy, you talking.
Yeah.
You talking. I don't know if you talking to me personally, but
I was
hey,
just telling my story, man. Just telling my story.
Hey, what? But again, I can always count on you for these kind of combos. So I just had to throw that in there,
Yeah.
dog. But you definitely talking to me about some stuff, boy, because I definitely feel I used to share, honestly, in love. If you're hearing this, and I do love you, so don't take this the wrong way. But there's be times, man, where I tell myself, well, at this point, and she know this too, because I told her this too. Like, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna get married just to be married.
Right.
Like, just to say, like, I have a wife.
Right.
Like, I'm very, like, I know why I want to be married. Like, I know what kind of husband I want to be. I know what kind of dad I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know what kind of provider I want to be. And a lot of these things I can do,
Mm-hmm.
but not to the degree how I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should I use that to stop me from moving forward? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go to the degree to say, yeah, Brian, just because you're not at the degree where you want to be, you shouldn't move forward with creating the things that I'm telling you that I want for my life, to have a wife and a family.
Right.
But that's my main priority of having a wife, is to have a family. Right. And if that was never to be the case, then I would never be married. Right. And honestly, with my current relationship that I'm in currently, like I said, again, I told her this too. It's like, this is my last effort. Right. And at that point, it's not that I don't feel like relationships would be for me. It's just like my efforts is going into a relationship. Mm-hmm. It's going to be little to none.
It's going to be minimal.
Very little to none.
Yeah.
It's going to be just like how you just mentioned, like I tell my friend, like, but it's going to have to be God.
For real.
It's going to have to be him. I'm not going to I would not put no effort into trying to, like, okay, yeah, I'm putting effort into trying to marry this woman.
Right.
Like, I'm intentionally trying to put efforts into marrying this particular woman. Right. It'll have to be like, the only way I can explain it is it would have to be God. Because if you would say, well, Brian, what would it take for you to want to be married or to get married after her? Mm-hmm. I couldn't answer it. I tell you that I wouldn't even want it.
Yeah. Yeah. And quite honestly, I was in that mind frame. And so is marriage or is relationships for everybody? I believe it is, but I think what we are both saying is that many times, people go through situations
and they make the decision to not want to be in a relationship anymore.
Right.
And
right.
I respect the ones who do,
because of what they've been through. See, we like to try to it's like this. We always, sometimes we look at people and why and see how they act and see how they think, but we don't understand why they act that way or
Mhm.
why they think that way. You know, all you see is
Mhm.
the outward, you know, but you don't know what caused it. And you know, most people ain't gonna have the patience to dig to see what caused it. For instance, um, I had this woman just go off on me, like just go off. And I'm like, well, shoot, where all this come from? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But after, you know, that whole moment, you know, I found out information that made me understand why she went off like that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, whether people know it or not, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people have triggers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have triggers to where, you know, they've experienced something, and so now when they hear something, when someone says something familiar that was said to them, whether it was a smell or something like that,
Or a
anything that
song.
or a song, man, listen, anything that reminds them of a bad time in their life, you know, it causes them to act out. For instance, and I don't want to get too off subject, but
Mm.
I'm gonna make it tie in. For instance, you have some single mothers that hate their son, like
Mhm.
really hate their son. They love him, but they can't stand to be around him. They can't stand to look at him. Why? Because they look like the man that walked off.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Look
saying?
like the man that caused them the most
Or
pain.
caused them the most pain, right? And so it's like, yeah, I love you, but I don't want to be around you. And so it's like, okay, well, why you treat me so bad? You know, particularly if you have a single mother that has multiple kids, you know,
Mhm.
and it can be by the same man. I ain't talking about a woman who has 5 kids by 5 different daddies.
Maybe,
No,
yeah.
it could be the same guy, but this child in particular looks so much like that dude
Yeah,
that
it's-
hurt him
Mhm.
that he may not get abused, but he doesn't
He
get
get
the
treated a little
same.
different.
He
Let's
gets
call it what
treated
it
right,
is.
right. He doesn't get the same attention or the same love that all the other kids get.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so it's like with relationships, in regards to relationships, some people have written it off because that's their pain.
Mhm.
That's what caused them the
That's the
most
trigger.
pain. That's the
The
trigger.
relationship is the
Right.
trigger.
The relationship is the trigger. Me trusting a man
Caused me to act out.
caused me to act out. It caused me so much pain that now anytime I get close to a man and he can be the dude that I need or the man that I need, he can be the one that loves me.
I'm a
But
self-sabotage.
man, say that again.
I'm a self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage. And honestly, I've seen that in my life.
Mhm.
You know, I have, you know, now that I'm older, I realized that I sabotaged a couple of things because it was just like, nah, it's like, you know, you won't get me again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm not doing that.
Let me get you before you get me.
Exactly. So it's when you talk about relationships, you know, is it for everybody? Yes. Why don't everybody have that relationship? It's because that relationship or the thought of a relationship is that trigger
Yeah.
that makes them depressed or angry.
Agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It just brings up like some painful memories, man. It's
Mhm.
just they don't have too many kind things to say about relationships or being in relation. They all their relationships. You don't know you're not in a good relationship until you got into one. So it's like
Right.
you don't never really know your relationship is horrible until you come out of that relationship.
Exactly.
So it's like,
and so now that I done seen it, hindsight 2020, you think I'm gonna get in that again?
Yeah, man.
Nah.
So it's like I get why people would make that decision
Mhm.
to do so, but I mean, a person making a decision to not be in a relationship, to me, does not necessarily mean that it's not meant for that person to be in a relationship.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. And I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna close this up, because man, I could almost do like an uncut version of this subject right
Hey,
here.
boy, try to tell you, I was about to go into telling the story about the chicken man.
But hey, we can do that. So we got time, man. But let me add this as well. When it comes to relationships, everybody who has a trigger about relationships don't necessarily go through bad relationships themselves. Sometimes it's the relationship that they saw someone they love go through.
Yeah.
You know, which is why it's so wild that, you know, the divorce rate now is like 70%, something like that.
I thought well, it probably could have came down a little bit. I thought that bit was probably in the 80s.
Well, you know, I think it's 70 or it's 70 plus now. But last time I checked, it was like 72 or something.
Still extremely outrageously high.
And so it also talks about when you look at statistics. This is not my opinion. This is facts.
Yeah, numbers.
When you look at the statistics, the more times a person gets married, the less often that marriage works out. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you fail that first time, you pretty much gone, because it goes from like 72 to like 77
to like 85.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
It ain't just gonna work, man.
It ain't for you. So
just
it's
give
like,
it up.
Right. So it's like, you know, it just ain't gonna work. But it's wild, because so it goes to show you how many people are seeing, how many kids are seeing bad relationships and seeing that relationships don't work. And then you got to take into account the ones that are being, you know, who may even get past the seeing part of the relationships, but now they got somebody in their ear who they feel love them, saying, you don't want to do that because look at what happened to me. You know, so not only are they seeing it, they get past seeing a bad relationship. You know, their mom and dad might have split up, or whatever the situation, the dynamic is. But now the person who you feel loves you, and the person you would depend on to tell you the truth about things, because they have been scarred by relationships or by a marriage, whatever it is. Now they're telling you, because they love you. They don't know they're really messing you up, but it's coming from a place of love. They're saying, I don't know if you want to do that. You know, well, if you're going to get in this relationship, make sure you keep something on the side, because, you know,
you never know how it's going to end.
And so, you know, for instance, you have men that would tell their sons, hey, you know, don't be no fool. You know, you will have women,
no papers.
Get prenup the whole nine. You have women who will say, well, always keep your rainy day fund, because you don't know when he's gonna trip. You know, or all men cheat, or, you know, it's those seeds of discontent. It's those seeds of just messing you over. Really, it's messing them over. So even when that guy is doing right, because the person they love told them that eventually he's gonna do wrong by you, you're saying to yourself,
you're just projecting your own fears on somebody else.
But you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm waiting for him to mess. I know he's gonna mess up, so I'm just waiting. So I'm gonna have this over here. I'm not gonna give him my whole heart. I'm waiting. I'm gonna look at this marriage not as a relationship, but as a business deal. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's definitely crazy, bro. But more so, on the outside of it being crazy, man, the word that comes to mind is difficult. And the reason why I say difficult is not because of the relationship itself, but more so, like I was telling your son earlier, is being more in tune with myself. Knowing, like I said again, knowing exactly what it is that I won't tolerate, that I will tolerate, that's acceptable, that's not acceptable. You know what I mean? That what it looks and feels like to me, and how I really want that bit to be.
Right.
You know, and if it's just not that, then, you know, that particular relationship, not saying it's a bad relationship, just not the relationship for Brian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like being more in tune to know what relationship is going to be for me.
Right.
What relationship would I fight for? What relationship would I give my full effort to?
Right.
I mean, a lot of those relationships that's being projected out now just aren't the ones that, you know what I mean, I would do any of those things for. I would much rather be by myself or become a passport bro. Cause that's what
boy,
single
they be
man
hating
doing,
that, boy.
Go
Hey.
becoming a passport bro, boy.
They be hating that, man. Can I tell you a story real quick? I know we got to go, man. So when I was out there, I was still like this before I met my wife and everything. I was still out there, and I was working, and my job used to be, I used to work as a field agent. Basically, what I did was I would go to people's houses and have them notarize refinance docs and things of that nature. So, I met a lot of people. I love the job. Met a lot of people. So anyway, I go to this guy's house, and he was like, why don't you come on in? So we sitting down at the table, and his wife walks in. And when I say she was beautiful, she was beautiful. She was so beautiful. She wasn't fake at all. She was absolutely a beautiful dark sister. You know what I mean? So I found out that she was from, I think she was from Nigeria. And so, she catered to him, in such a way, not like as a slave.
Yeah, servant
but
or something like
yeah,
that.
but I mean, she just catered to him. And that's, we gonna talk about that maybe on another episode.
Yeah, I ain't going there.
Yeah,
I ain't going there.
But we gonna do that.
Yeah.
So she catered to him, and so, me and him was finished signing the documents and everything else, and he was like, you want to walk with me outside? I said, okay. So I grabbed my briefcase, and me and him walking outside. And he said, how old are you? And I told him my age. I was in my 20s, I believe, early 20s. And he said, let me tell you something. He said, don't you ever. Now this is a black man. He said, don't you ever marry a black woman from here. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, okay. He said, I'm telling you, don't you ever marry a black woman from here. Now, this is years ago, before the passport boys and all that. This was, 04, 05, somewhere around there. He said, don't do it. He said, I've been married before. This is like my second marriage. I married a woman from here. Wouldn't respect me, even though I took care of the house. Did everything I needed to do as a man. At least he thought, I guess. And so he said, but I met this one. I think he was ex-military. Met this woman. He said, when I come home, my house is peaceful. He said, I don't have to worry about nothing. She's there when I need her to be with me. She loves me.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to cater to me. He said, I'm so happy. And so, you know, when you said that, it just brought that memory back, because I've been looking at, you know, social media and things that talk about the passport boys, how men are going overseas to find their wife.
Yes, Lord.
You know, and I'm just like, you know, like I said, this was 04, 05, you know, before it became a popular thing. But he told me.
Amongst our community, even because Passport Bros been way before Passport Bros been Passport Bros. It just wasn't our community that was doing it.
Right.
I mean, it was more the other community that was doing it.
You know.
But now, I mean, with the recent years and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about that, you know, because, and all this ties in, and it's not a shot at. Let me make this very clear. I love my sisters. I really, really love my sisters. But there's something to be said, and this is not even to black women. This is just women in general.
Women in general.
There's something to be said when you got men going overseas to find their wife.
Yeah.
You know, something to be said about that. I mean, it's a lot, because like you said, it started off with the other community.
Mm-hmm.
Now we floating over there.
Yeah.
You at some point you gotta ask why.
What you mean?
You know,
but
I mean,
if you asking why, but you're blind.
I mean, we know why, but I'm talking to women in general. You know, you gotta ask yourself.
Well, women ain't gonna never understand it. Ain't gonna never get it. And hey, women, I love y'all. So please don't take this the wrong way. I love you, but you just ain't gonna accept the accountability to understand.
You know, it's time to accept accountability, dude. It's time for everybody to accept accountability.
Not saying it's all y'all fault.
It's not,
and it's not,
and
I'm
it's not everybody. That. You know, because just like, you know, I believe. Oh man, we could get into some stuff, but we ain't got time. But I'll say this, and then we gonna hang it up. You know, it's just like how black men sometimes have to look into the mirror as to why, you know, sisters, when they get to a certain level, look for white men.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with black women. You have to take a look into the mirror and ask yourself why, or women in general. You have to take a look in the mirror and say, okay, why are they going over there? They're willing to pay all that money to fly to a whole nother country, bring them back so they can be happy when we're outnumbered here.
Yeah,
you know
and I feel like, honestly, bro, I feel like if I'm gonna say this and I'm done. I promise.
But we sound like some Pentecostal preachers in here. All right, I'm getting ready to close.
Hey, boy, be ready to get up out that church so bad, boy.
I said I'm getting ready to close.
Next thing you know, the choir back singing.
Okay, Jesus can work it out. Jesus can work. And one more thing, I'm getting ready to close. Take me home. I'm getting ready to close. Hey, I believe, man, James Brown was a preacher, man. You know how many times he said, please, please, please? And then he'd be begging, then he fall down on that knee. They put the cape on him, then he bust out.
Hey,
he started with, I'm getting ready to close.
Yeah, he got that from church.
He got
that from a church house.
For sure.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, I said all that and forgot what I was about to say. So that's a good thing. I mean, we'll just say that for the next episode.
We'll say it for the next episode. But listen, hope you enjoyed the segment. We'll be right back with closing. All right, man. So we are at the end of another show, man.
Another banger.
Another, man. I think this is our best episode recorded. I'll say recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I definitely say this was the most fun.
It was the most.
This was the most fun.
But we had the serious moments, man. This was this is just an eclectic moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got serious, we laughed a little bit, man. We just
Did everything but cry.
everything but cry because I ain't had no tissues, man. And so, you know.
Oh wait, I take that back. We did
Man,
cry a little bit. You
I-
shed a few little tears.
Hey, you ain't
did.
supposed to mention that on the radio,
You
man.
did. You shed a few tears. I
Bruh, you
offered
ain't
you some
supposed to
tissue.
tell that, man. You know, I got to talk to these people in the morning. I got to be strong when I walk out this door,
Well,
bro.
you the one that went to crying on live. Now, all I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
always
I just
talking
offer. I
noise.
just try to be a good friend and give you some tissue.
Yeah. You get some better tissue next time. 'Cause the tissue was hard. One ply don't work. You know?
Well, you
I'm
could have got the
light-skinned.
double. Hey.
You know my nose be red, bro. You know, it's that irritation show up on me, boy. You know.
Hey.
I think I got Indian in my anyway. But so hey, look, we want to leave you as we always do, grown and throat off, Mr. Dre B-mac. You know, we like to leave you with something to think about. And so as I said earlier, B-mac, take it away, man.
First and foremost, want to say thank each and every single person for coming out, checking out the show. Please, if you don't mind, let us know. Tell us what you think. Do you think relationships for everybody? Do you feel like relationships is just meant for certain people? We'd like to know your feedback. But on a different note, we definitely like to say, take the time to say, hey, take the time to really sit back and get to know yourself. Take the time to
That's
get to
good.
learn yourself. Take the time to know what your triggers are. Take the time to know the things that'll really make you smile.
For real.
What really makes you laugh. What will really make you happy.
Right.
Not the politically correct answers when somebody asks you. Some that sounds good when you say it. But something that's genuinely, that's true to you. That's true to your spirit. That's true to your heart. That's all I got to say about that one.
Hey, and it couldn't have been said any better, man. Take the time to know yourself. You can't tell somebody else how to treat you unless you know how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? So, look, we out of here, man. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, tell somebody about it. Subscribe to us, and we will be back with you with another banger. Grown and throwed off. We out.